So we just got back from an amazing trip to White Pocket, Arizona. This is a hiking paradise that's a mixture of what looks like dragon scales, melted red rock, and it goes for about 2 miles in the northern desert of Arizona. It's located in the Vermilion Cliffs National Monument, and there's no permit needed to go there, but you will need a high clearance 4x4 vehicle to navigate the 25 miles of off-roading to get there. There are 2 main ways to get there. You can go from Page, Arizona, and from Page, Arizona, it's about 2 hours, 20 minutes, 91.7 miles. Or you can go from Kanab, Utah to White Pocket, and that's about 2 hours, 8 minutes, 75.5 miles, and this is the route that we took. We filled up our tank in Kanab, but there is a Chevron gas station at the Jacob Lake campground, and that's your last chance to fill up. As you're coming out of the mountains, you're gonna come to this overlook, and from the overlook, you can see the Red Rock Vermilion Cliffs, and over on the right-hand side, you can see where we're gonna turn left onto the dirt roads. So you're gonna make a left onto House Rock Road, and then you'll have 24.9 miles of dirt roads to get to White Pocket. This is what the turnoff looks like to get onto the dirt roads. Off to the right, you're gonna see the Vermilion Cliffs National Monument sign. There is an area here that you could air down your tires. We went 2.8 miles farther down the road to the Condor viewing site. There's a large parking lot and a bathroom, so we chose that as our site to air down our truck tires. There are no facilities at White Pocket, so this is the last bathroom before White Pocket, so we hit it going in, and then we also hit it coming out. There's a picnic bench that actually has a telescope that you can look out at the condors. This viewing site was cool, but we didn't see any condors while we were there. And then this is what the bathroom looks like. So after exploring the Condor viewing site, we decided to air down the tires. We use the LASFIT air hoses and compressor to do this. We love this system because it allows us to hook up all 4 tires at once and air them all down at the same time. So we aired down the tires to 20 PSI. So we're at 20, which means we'll be at about 23 in the truck. 17. Let's go look now. You can go look first. Once we aired down, we left the Condor viewing site, made a right, and continued down this dirt road. Once you've driven 9.4 miles of these washboard roads, you're going to turn right onto Pine Tree Road from House Rock Road. And off to the right-hand side, you're going to see the sign that says 4-wheel drive, 4x4 or 4-wheel drive, high clearance required. And to know the difference between 2-wheel drive, all-wheel drive, and 4x4. You'll know you're going the right way when you pass the Coral Valley sign. And then once you've driven the 6.2 miles from the Pine Tree Road turn, you're going to turn left onto Big Sink Road by the ranch house. Google Maps says to turn and go through the actual ranch, but you just go past it and there's a road that goes around the ranch. You'll also know you're going the right way. As you're going around the ranch, you'll see a sign to White Pocket telling you to turn left. This is also where the dirt road goes from a washboard dirt road to more of a sandy, softer dirt road. There's also these sections of rocky areas that were super fun to navigate. Once you've driven 3.9 miles from the Big Sink Road turn, you're going to veer left onto White Pocket Road. As you veer onto White Pocket Road, you'll know you're in the right way as you see the sign pointing straight for White Pocket. So the last 5.4 miles to get to White Pocket are the areas that have the deep ruts or the deeper sand, but with a high clearance truck, we got there just fine. You're going to come up to this cattle gate. This is perfectly normal. It'll be closed to keep the cattle in, but you'll open the gate, and then once you go through, you close it and make sure the chain is on so the gate stays closed. and then keep going on this road. When you're a half mile to White Pocket, the road veers to the left, so you'll just stay on that main road, and that takes you right there. As we were pulling into White Pocket, there was a two-wheel drive van that was stuck in the sand, and there was already a Jeep that had stopped to help them, so we went around and headed over to the entrance of White Pocket. As we were entering into White Pocket, there's one last cattle guard crossing, and you'll see that this is another reason why you need a high clearance vehicle. So you pass the White Pocket Recreation Area sign, and then right after that, you're going to make a left, which takes you to the parking lot. When we pulled up, there was no one there, so we had White Pocket all to ourselves for a little bit, and then other vehicles started to show up throughout the day. You can see from this aerial view that White Pocket is about 2 miles long, and we spent about 3.5 hours exploring this area. You definitely want to make sure you bring plenty of water and snacks. We got our backpacks, and then we headed out on the trail. So you can see this is the White Pocket formation right here that we're going to explore. And this is the aerial view going from the southern end heading towards the northern end. So as we left the sandy trail and got onto the rocky terrain, we headed over first to the right-hand side where you see it looks like a white mountain, and then we headed to the left where you see that swirl formation. We love that you can just hike anywhere in White Pocket, so we hiked up to this swirl formation and the colors are amazing. So from that first swirl formation, we decided to explore the northern end of White Pocket, and this is what it looks like. So after exploring the northern end of White Pocket, we started to head towards the southern end, and this is what it looked like. So this is what it looks like as you reach the very southern end of White Pocket and it transitions from the rock formation back to the desert. Overall, we had an amazing time hiking and exploring here. We spent about 3.5 to 4 hours, and then we got back into our truck and we headed back to the Condor viewing area to air our tires back up. And then we pulled out our LASFIT air compressor and hoses. We love this kit because it allows you to air up all 4 tires at the same time. After airing up our tires, we put the compressor in the back of the truck. You can see that we had 4 MAXTRAX that we did not have to use in the soft sand, but we brought them just in case. And then we made the beautiful drive back to Kanab, Utah. Overall, this was an amazing experience, and we'd highly recommend going to White Pocket, Arizona.